On the ledge above the fireplace rested a photo of Sam's parents. They were young, in their mid-20s at the time. Her mother wore a white dress with lace, her hair the color of caramel, flowing down past her shoulders. Her father dressed in a suit with a blue tie. His blue eyes contrasted against his dark brown hair. His warm smile softened his features. Sam wondered when she would see them again. It had been 9 months since they left on a government mission abroad. The actual work always remained a secret. They never went into detail about it, so it wasn't exactly clear what they did. If she asked about it, they never explained it in simple terms, always leaving her feeling frustrated and in the dark. They usually changed the subject to focus on Sam. However, she knew for certain of their accomplishments as highly regarded scientists in the field of physics. Their publications lined the bookcase in the den, along with framed news articles and degrees which hung on the walls. The picture of them brought back memories, and a sudden pang of sadness rose up in her. That was all she wanted for her birthday this year, for them to return home, safe and sound. "Hurry, Grandpa, it'll be on soon." She was referring, of course, to the TV show Jeopardy! They always watched it in the evenings before bedtime, and her grandfather knew all the answers. Well, most of them. "Be there in a minute," he replied. A loud popping noise startled them both. He jumped back, and a look of horror spread across his face. "Grandpa? What was that? Is everything okay?" Sam got up and quickly headed toward the kitchen. She looked at the floor, the walls, the ceiling, littered with hundreds of shards of glass and chunks of food. "It's the darn cooker, it exploded." "Can I help?" No, there's too much glass. How about you go and take Pip outside while I clean this mess up?" He grabbed the dustpan and broom and began to sweep, muttering under his breath. Sam made her way to the hallway closet to gather her coat and boots. Without hesitation, Pip made his way to the door and took a seat in front of it, wagging his tail. It was too much work. She didn't want to get all bundled up just to take him out for a few minutes, with the weather so blizzardy out there. She'd just open the door a crack, then call him back in when he'd finished his business. Simple as that. As Sam opened the door, a blast of icy air hit her face, startling her senses. Shivering, she grabbed a scarf and wrapped it around her face and neck. Pip made his way out into the cold as she watched from the doorway. He looked quite brave, his ears perked up, and his face held high as he bulldozed through a small mound of snow. The wind howled louder and fiercer as the snow continued to fall quickly, blanketing the fields and houses in the distance. The sky grew dark now, and Sam couldn't see much else except some lightning in the distance, which seemed odd. It was extremely rare to have thunder and lightning at these cold temperatures while snowing, and yet there it was. "Pip, I think we'd better get back inside." As she called him, she saw her breath in the frigid air. She imagined transforming into a large dragon, blowing fire onto the land, melting the snow with her powerful breath. The steam whirled from her nostrils and mouth into the frosty air, but when she drew in more air, Pip ran away. "Pip, come back!" She must have frightened him. "Pip, where are you going?" It was no use. He ran awkwardly through the thick snow toward the barn. She zipped up her coat, pulled her scarf higher to cover her face, and ran frantically toward him. He'd freeze to death out there. With each step she took, her boots sank into the snow. The relentless wind howled and blew her red hair every which way, without remorse. Its forcefulness created an invisible wall that she tried to push against. The icy snow hit her face like 1,000 pinpricks. Next time, she'd keep him on a leash. The barn, just a few meters ahead, reflected the ghostly pale moonlight, creating an eerie effect against its darker surroundings. It creaked and groaned, its walls shaking and rumbling under the pressure. Above her, storm clouds swirled, flashes of white light streaked across the sky. Sam shuddered as she heard the loud, sharp crack of thunder. The sound reverberating in her bones as it trailed off but continued to rumble close by.